Hey, this is Coach Chell and welcome to another video. Now today, we are going to be going on about Tuesday's video, which is what went wrong with the American Adventure theme park. Now I've got all my historic notes down here, so if I keep looking down, I do apologise. So if you're not familiar on the history of the park, basically this opened first in 1985 after Derbyshire County Council were done extracting from the Shipley mine, and they invented Britannia Park, a theme park to celebrate all things British, but it only lasted 10 weeks. And Derbyshire County Council purchased the site in 1986 and sold it to Granada Media, who in June 1987 opened the original American Adventure theme park, and it was heralded as Britain's new major theme park. It looked amazing. The park began to decline around 1996, and then 1997 Granada sold it to John Broome, the original developer of Alton Towers, and during his reign he only put the only notable changes he put in was the addition of minor or upcharge attractions. However, he did have ideas for a B&M invert and a wooden coaster to be installed in the park, but these plans never became to be. And of course, as we all know, in the coaster community, they also had plans to drop the American Adventure style theme, and of course he named the park American Adventure World. And then, of course, when the THG Group came in 1999, who, of course, owned Pontins and the Blackpool Tower, they, in fact, changed it back to the American Adventure. But the rides sort of disappeared. The old main entrance was closed, and a new they were going to build a new entrance, but that never came to be, and they just left with a tacky back-end entrance. 19 years of operation, American Adventure closed its door, announced it was closing its doors on the 4th of January 2007. The park would not reopen, and the site is set to be transformed into Shipley Lakeside, which is a real shame because I want to see that park reopened. If Derbyshire County Council is watching this, move the Lakeside development somewhere else, please, because I want a new theme park on the American Adventure site. I want to stand on the historic grounds of the American Adventure site. And to be fair, it's the same with Camelot and Pleasure Island. I want to be able to stand on those sites. I'm so close to Cleethorpes, I could stand on that Pleasure Island site tomorrow. But I can't because it's pretty much blocked off. But I really want to I want to reopen these theme parks. I really, really do. So I've written down some points as to what I think went wrong with the American Adventure. And if you guys love this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and click the notification bell. And comment down below if you want me to do a similar video for Camelot and Pleasure Island and make it a bit of a mini-series, if you guys want that. But let's get started then. So I wrote on here, 1999 was the decline of the park. The THG Group were the owners of its decline, and Broome's future plans should have been considered. And like I said, he wants to add a B&M invert and a wooden coaster as the signature attractions, but these ideas never came to be. But I question, what if it did? Would we still have the American Adventure? Yes, we would, because we would have a big wooden coaster, a big inverted coaster, and we would have two signature attractions right in the park. And I feel that Broome's ideas never coming to be are one of the main reasons why American Adventure lost its popularity and eventually closed its doors for the final time. I do believe that Broome's ideas being shut out by the new owners of the park are the reason for the park's decline. Yes, they were going for a new family audience when the new owners came in, the THG Group, but I do feel like these two signature attractions should attract to the thrill market, and they should have come to be. We would still have the Missile and not wipe out Pleasurewood Hills. We would still have Nightmare Niagara. And I did hear stories that Nightmare Niagara and the Grand Canyon Rapids both closed in 2005, along with the Missile, who of course never operated again. But Nightmare Niagara and Rapids closed because of structural instability and water pollution problems. But they should have built a brand new log flume system. And of course they got the Rapids back open, so why don't they just build a new log flume system? It's purely simple. Again, they were going for that family market, but it just doesn't work for the park. I believe it's a balance of thrill and family. And I believe that was the way forward for the park, and they sort of lost that with the new owners. So moving on then, it's a question, and it leads straight into the next point, a question of image. Now, I put on here visiting numbers declined And when they removed more thrilling rides, such as Missile and Nightmare Niagara, and targeted a new family audience, it declined even more. The numbers still declined. Would they have stayed the same if they used both audiences as their target? And it goes back to Broom's ideas that he had for the park before he stepped down in 1999. It was the coup de grace. These ideas were the coup de grace, and they could have really made the park. And when they took out the main rides, the historic rides, and somebody said it in 2005, Solutions and the new owners, the THG Group, said the industry is not as straightforward as it seems. Fair enough. We know what we're doing. You don't know what you're doing. If you knew what you were doing, the park would still be open, right? And the fact that they say we know what we're doing, and then 2 years later, oh, there's nothing we can do. Numbers decline, park can close. No! The ideas that Broom had were spectacular for its time. You could have kept those ideas. You could have kept them up and running. You could have put Alton Towers a run for their money. Alton Towers were the park, they were the coup de grace of the day. And American Adventure was declining from its ranks. They were going down and down and down and down. And it was when Broom left and his ideas were just scratched out completely, and they were aiming for a new audience they knew they couldn't conquer. I'm getting really angry about this because I love this park so much. And finally, keeping up with the times. It leads directly into the final point. Keep up with the times. Newer types of rides with the right theme would reinvent the park in future years. A 4D cinema, newer model family coasters, thrilling flat rides, and at least 2 new roller coasters, maybe including the Inverted and the Woody, maybe as well as the Inverted and the Woody. This park is a shell of its former self with potential that never came to be. And I do feel sorry for the park. I do feel sorry for the people that owned it, because I shouldn't really be laying into THG Group. They did all they could. They did all they could. And it falls back to that line again of people don't support their local park. They would rather go to the big ones. Oh, let's drive 2 hours away to Alton Towers. Let's go 5 hours to Thorpe Park. I admit, I did that a couple of times. I did that a few times. But I still supported my local parks. I still drove just an hour up the road to go to Lightwater Valley. I still drove an hour and a half down to Flamingo Land. I still drove 2 hours to Alton Towers, but I still visited Drayton Manor. I still did that. So the fact that people didn't support their local park, it's a situation where a park is closing because not enough support. They were getting declining numbers. And it's happened again. It happened with American Adventure, then Camelot, Frontierland, the old Southport Pleasureland as well, and then of course Pleasure Island. They don't support the local park, and if they don't support the local park, parks are going to close. Right now, Lightwater Valley and possibly Drayton Manor and I'm not going to say Flamingo Land because I think they're doing pretty well. But despite the new owners, Lightwater Valley is going downhill in my opinion. Drayton Manor is going downhill in my opinion. And if they don't invest anything soon, they could be the next parks to go, oh, we have to shut our doors, we're not getting enough money through. And it's unacceptable. I know Drayton Manor, I saw the article, to be fair, Drayton Manor have made losses this year, which is such a shame for the park because they truly deserve more than this. Lightwater Valley, yes, the Ultimate is wild, especially on the second half, and it gives you a few bruises here and there. But it's a fun day out for the family in Yorkshire, and if we don't start supporting our parks more, they're going to close. They're going to go, doors shut, let's go home and have a cuppa. And I'm so over this. I want people to support their local parks more. And if you're watching this out there thinking, I do support my local parks, why are you having a go at me? This isn't aimed at you. This is aimed to the people that would rather drive 5 hours to the biggest theme park in the UK and not go an hour away to their local park and support them. Because yes, you've got your Million Entertainments and your Cedar Fairs and your Six Flags, and you've got your big chain companies that own all these parks. But the independent groups, the ones like Blackpool Pleasure Beach, like your Lightwater Valley, like your Drayton Manor, that own the parks themselves, go out and support them. Because if you don't, no one does. And if no one does, bam, your favourite rides may be gone. Either sent to another park and be worse than it was, traumatised or Infusion is a different story, or just scrapped completely. And it will be left to rot. American Adventure, yes, it's been transformed to a lakeside project, but it shouldn't have. If they had saved the park with those ideas, we'd be still looking at American Adventure, and this video will probably not exist, in my opinion. And it really baffles me. It really, really does. And I'm so over it. I'm going to stop this video before I go absolutely mad. I'm just really sad that American Adventure and the likes of Camelot and that. John Rigby, who owned Granada Media that did the original part, was such a genius. John Broome, genius in the industry. Imagine if John Maudley came in and did a project for American Adventure. Where would that have... That would have took the park from about here to here. And then it would just keep going up and up and up and up until my hand's off the screen and it's up to a level where they didn't think they were going to be. Thank you very much for watching this video. Like if you love my rant. Comment down below and click the notification bell so you never miss any extra YouTube content. Please subscribe to my Instagram. It is, of course, at Aaron Challoner Official. It's in the description down below. And that means only one more thing to say. My name is Coast Chal. Keep living the Coast Leopard Dudes, and I'll see you guys in the next video soon. Take care. Have an awesome day.